I always promised, we would constantly brief in our party, and by extension, Nigeria. And we have this interactive session, especially when there are landmark activity for the party. This week, the 101 NEC meeting of our party will be holding, and it is scheduled for 23rd, 24th, and 25th, which is towards the end of the week. Of course, preceding that will be the Governors Forum meeting, the BC, relevant organs, ex-official members, national ex-official members of the party who are members of NEC, and of course, we'll be having interactions with our chairmen across the country, which are all activities lined up towards a successful NEC. All NEC members, as provided for in our Constitution, Section 31, Subsection 1, are invited and are expected at the meeting. We have always established this. We're a party of law, and more importantly, we're a party of the Constitution. And so we're guided by this document, which is the Constitution of the People's Democratic Party, as amended in 2017. I just referenced Section 31(1) that relates to the NEC. And what it says in that section, it talks about the National Executive Committee, which is NEC, and it talks about establishment and composition. Because we're constitutionally guided by what we do, we want to be guided at all times. We do things in accordance with the law, in accordance with the Constitution, and to ensure that every organ of the party and every member of the party are guided by this document. And I just want to crave your indulgence to read very slowly so that we can all be abreast with the provision of Section 31, Subsection 1 of our Constitution that deals with the National Executive Committee of the party, which is the NEC. And of course, the meeting is scheduled for 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And INEC has been duly communicated with. Now, let me just read that for clarity. Say, Section 31, Subsection 1 of the Constitution I just referenced says, there shall be a National Executive Committee of the party which shall consist of A. That talks about the composition and those who are entitled to attend the meeting. Number 1, which is subsection 31(1)(a), the national chairman who shall be the chairman. B, serving and former president and vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if members of the party, those who are still members of the party, they are entitled to attend. C, the chairman and secretary of the board of trustees. D, all other members of the board of trustees, but only the chairman and secretary of the board of trustees, as well as statutory members, founding members, past president and vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, past national chairman, past deputy national chairman, past national secretaries, past presiding officers of the National Assembly, and past chairman and secretary of the board of trustees shall have voting rights. E, principal officers of the Senate who are members of the party and not more than 18 serving senators spread across the country who are members of the party. F, principal officers of the House of Representatives who are members of the party and not more than 24 serving members of the House of Representatives spread across the country who are members of the party. G, all state governors who are members of the party. H, the 2 deputy national chairmen. I, all national vice chairmen. J, the national secretary and the deputy national secretary. K, the National Treasurer and the Deputy National Treasurer. L, the National Financial Secretary and the Deputy National Financial Secretary. M, the National Organizing Secretary and the Deputy National Organizing Secretary. N, the National Publicity Secretary and the Deputy National Publicity Secretary. O, the National Legal Advisor and the Deputy National Legal Advisor. P, the National Auditor and the Deputy National Auditor. Q, the National Woman Leader and the Deputy National Woman Leader. R, the National Youth Leader and the Deputy National Youth Leader. S, all state chairmen. T, 6 ex-officio members, the 6 geopolitical zones without prejudice to their right to contest other positions in the national trade out are the people who are entitled, who are members of NEC and who are entitled to attend the meeting. So this clarification is necessary so that people can know exactly who is entitled to attend and who is entitled to be invited. Now, the NEC meeting was scheduled for this by the 100th NEC meeting held on the 30th of June. At this NEC meeting of 101, there will be an update from the zoning and national convention committees of the update on the preparation for the compilation and composition of the members across the country and, of course, from the different organs. Of course, there will be an update to NEC on how far that committee has been going. One other thing that will be considered at the NEC meeting will be the ratification of concluded congresses across the country. Some states, some local government, and some wards. Of course, the NWC has considered that in line with the normal procedures. After the processes, they will have to go before the NEC, the NWC, and of course the NWC will approve subject to ratification of NEC, and that of course will be available there. Well, I need to brief the state of our party today, because I'm sure that will be in the minds of everybody and we're interested. One thing is clear, the PDP is strong. And we have started the process of recalibrating, coming together in unity, because the strength of this party is in the people across the country, in the local areas. And so it must be established that we're focused, we're recalibrating, we're united, and we're working together and working towards having a very successful national convention. Again, in the euphoria in the last couple of months, especially in the last couple of weeks, has been defection. All right? Our party is organic, it is very formidable, and it is important to make clear that the people that truly make a party are the people, the members. Yes, leaders are important. Individuals are very critical. But there can't be leaders without followers. And so those followers are there. What is good for the party is the fact that the people are not defecting. Because the people are not defecting from hunger. They're not defecting from insecurity. Only 2 days ago, Anambra State was attacked here in Abuja. It goes to underscore the level of insecurity in this country under this rudderless and irresponsible APC government that is completely insensitive. It's a government that tells people to fast, but they are feasting. And so, the people that make up the bulk of the membership of our party, and indeed Nigerians who are even apolitical, they look up to the PDP. So, we're strong, irrespective of what we hear, and the people want to hear about people defecting. The strength of the party, they are not defecting. And that is our strength, and that's where we're working together in unison, so that people can see that being demonstrated as being done. And that's why you see all organs of the party, from the BOT to the Governors Forum, the NWC, the National as official members, the state chairman, and all the chapters were working together towards having a party that can present itself with new leadership that would continue the march towards coming together and giving the Nigerian people hope, having regards to what the PDP has done in the past. Because we're working on our reputation. We're working on what we have achieved before. So there's something to refer to. 2 days ago, over the weekend, we're all witnesses to what's happening in Kogi Central District, where you find massive members of the APC, because that is a failed platform. Forget the euphoria, forget the propaganda, forget the noise making. If indeed APC is as strong as they claim it is, then you won't find the outcome in Lagos for the sham local government election, where one of their leaders had just said, he said, the people didn't vote for us. That's the APC in Lagos. He said, the people didn't vote for us. This is a silent vote of no confidence. That's him saying so. Like it's a human being, a leader of the APC, saying that about a review of what happened in Lagos. And the turnout there was 6%. 6% of the registered voters. They have about 6.something million. Only 6% of that. So which means APC is rejected at that poll. So what it simply did was to write whatever they are used to writing. But again, as they should know, that 2027 is not about writing. It's about the people saying no. The people of Lagos said no by silence. In 2027, they will say it loud by voting, and they will vote APC out. So, despite the defections that people seem to, as a party, do we feel concerned that some people left? Of course we are, because we won't play the ostrich. But the strength of this party is not in the individual. That's why it is People's Democratic Party. That is not why. That's why it's not a Congress. It's People's Democratic Party, not a Congress. Congress is for the people who belong to the Congress. A political party belongs to the people, and that's why we're People's Democratic Party. We're not a Congress. Congress thinks about themselves. The political party thinks about the people. And that's why you find that all policies of our state government, go check them out. Do peer review from the PDP control parties. Just check it out. Go to Osun State. They're pressuring right now. And it's there. Go to Oyo State. See the achievement in agriculture, in construction, in even computer literacy. Find everything in transportation, in education, in the health sector. You take them, do what I call a peer review of state by state. And you go to Bayelsa. You go to even rivers until the catastrophe that was done there. You could measure. Then go next door to Kogi. And then you say, what do we have? You go to my state, unfortunately, Ondo, they probably lost in the map of Nigeria in terms of performance. So these are what we should talk about, peer review mechanism even for PDP states. And so we're running on a record that can be evaluated. You can evaluate it. We can evaluate what we did in government and what has been done now. This was a country when the PDP left, and people begin to forget this fact, but we must remind Nigerians. The PDP government in 2015 left a 550 billion economy. Today is 180. So the question Nigerians will be asking is, are we better off 10 years ago than we are today? The answer is obvious. And that's why the Nigerian people are anxious. They are interested. And now you see the kind of euphoria being generated. What's happening in PDP? We're interested. And we have taken upon ourselves to now say, look, we need to come together, work together, not just for this party, but in the interest of democracy, in the interest of the fact that we can't afford a one-party state. And you can see that it's already falling, because even within the APC, they are falling apart. Which president gets endorsement from every angle, including local government chairman, if he's popular, in 2 years to the first term? In any event, the track record of this party is there. And we place it on in the record of the public. Deal with it. Let's analyze it. Let's interrogate it. Let's do comparison. And say, PDP are this. We knew what was the unemployment rate then. We know what it is right now. Okay? So that is the essence of this interactive session. So we know that, and we want to, through you, acknowledge with so much humility and appreciation of the Nigerian people who have demonstrated interest in what happens in PDP, and who have shown commitment to show interest that we get it right. And I can tell you, I can announce here that already we have been taking steps slowly, surely towards that, connecting to the base, which is where the strength of any political party should be. And that's where we are. This is very clear. This is very, very important. And I'll appeal. PDP is the only party that can unseat APC. And it's clear. And it's not just me saying, it's empirical evidence that you can find. Because we have the support, we have the base, we are organic, we have this national aspect. There's no community in Nigeria that you don't have a PDP presence. By reason of our membership, and by reason of the fact that in our years in government, we've affected the life of Nigerians positively. And that was cascading it even down to the remotest part of Nigeria. So there's a connection. So Nigerians are eager for the return of the PDP. That's why you find this interest. People want to know, what's PDP doing? We need you. Privately, people call me and say, what are you guys doing? Please come together. Rescue this country. Administration. From this insensitivity, from this recklessness, from this, yes, we're a Congress, we take care of all our members, we're not a political party. That's what the APC have said. Because they're just a Congress. And Congress takes care of only of itself and its members, not about the people of Nigeria. With all the failure of the government of President Ahmed Tinubu, which is clearly, it's not me saying, the evidence is there. Even members of the APC, supposedly the strongest in Lagos, where he claims to come from, they have said, and I'm reading his quotation, this is a silent vote of no confidence on the APC. And he says, this is important, the APC internal structures, which he described as ineffective, outmoded, and largely disconnected. Because they are a Congress, they're disconnected even with their membership. And that's why the PDP is a different party. We have organs, we have institutions, we allow for debate, we allow for contestation of ideas. We agree that we may not agree on everything, but we're not disagreeable. We can disagree, but we're not disagreeable. And that's why at any point, you find us being able to come back, to recalibrate, and set about, because our interest is in the people. As our name says, People's Democratic Party. So we're connected to the people. So without this failure, the litany of failures, I can tell you that no patriotic Nigerian, and this is important, no patriotic Nigerian, because I won't say right thinking, but no patriotic Nigerian, no humane Nigerian, no group or political party that will support Tinubu in 2027. And so it is clear that President Ahmed Tinubu, like they said in the local language balance. I remember my friend from Ghana said something there in the market now. I said President Tinubu is a bad market. That we say it in the local language. So you don't touch it. So in 2027, there's no patriotic Nigerian or political party or group or anybody feeling what you and I feel, feeling the insecurity, feeling the fact that the economy is comatose. I was at the airport yesterday on a Sunday evening from Lagos to Abuja, and the airport was empty. And I said to a friend, this is a reflection of the economy. On a Sunday evening, the airplane was half. And what they cost, the airplane increased their fares, taking more money from the people, less people. It's not even profitable to them. They can't just shut down their businesses. So with all this litany of frustration, policy, somersault, disregard for people's life, and then, above all of this, insecurity and the hopelessness and the helplessness that the APC government under President Tinubu has shown. Now, we're no longer bothered about killings. Only last week or so, how many hundreds were killed in Plateau? We're numbed now to violence as a way of life. It's becoming like a new normal. And so for us, Tinubu is a bad market and is a one-term president by these failures in government and record. So the shenanigans of the APC, promoting crises, trying to dislocate and disorganize opposition parties, again, Mr. President, the APC leadership know it. Nigerians are not defecting to you because they are constantly under the pressure of your ill-conceived policies and your insensitivity in government. Therefore, the APC cannot have a second term with President Tinubu or any of his candidates because the PDP is recalibrating and Nigerians are looking forward to having a PDP government that can connect to them, that will listen to them, and that will not say, take it or leave it. When they send in taxes, nobody discusses with us. You just wake up one morning and then the prices of the rate for electricity changes, and then you are going to be grappling with that. So, gentlemen, President, thank you for your time today, as always. And the takeaway here is that President Tinubu is a one-term president and clearly is a bad market, like they say it in the local balance. Thank you very much for listening.